Hey guys! So, today let's talk about labels. Smash it out, get it done. Right, so labels are so debilitating and they really keep you stuck in the past, which then doesn't allow you to be present, to manifest what you really wanted, to notice the unfolding of all the goodness that's happening. Let me give you a quick example. So, I was at the gym today and I was doing a weight class, and I got there a bit late. It was the first time I was doing that class, and the trainers were helping me get set up, and everyone was moving their mats down and their equipment, and I was helping the woman next to me move her equipment over, and she had a very big ball, like it was quite big compared to all the other balls, and so I expected that to be like a 15-20 kilogram weight, and so I was preparing myself to pick up that weight, and it was a lot lighter than that, and I picked it up with such enthusiasm that I almost threw it over my shoulder. And I went like, wow, it looks enormous and heavy, but it's not. And that's what happens with us with labels, right? We look at something that we have experienced in the past, that we've had attached meaning to, and then we expect it to be the same way, and when it's not, we're crushed because that's our belief system, right? Equally, the trainer got me a kettlebell, which is a weight, and it was really small in size, and I'm like, what did she give me, like a 3 kilogram? What am I going to do with a 3 kilogram weight? But there was an 8 kilograms, so I was like, okay, well, that's going to work. And so, but the whole time I was doing the exercises, because it was so small in actual physical size, psychologically I associated it to be very light, and I just smashed it out. I was like, man, this is way too light for me. And but if it had been any bigger in size, and even if it had been lighter, I would have associated it as heavy, and it would have been a difficult exercise, right? And that's what we do all the time. So when we say we have big dreams, big, hairy, audacious goals, you know how they always use it corporate? Crap. Anyway, and so they use it all the time. You use it, don't you? I have this big dream. My big dream is to build a multi-million-dollar business. My big dream is to own, I don't know, 5 investment properties. My big dream is to travel the world. My big dream is to look 20 till I'm 100 years old. I don't know, whatever your big dream is, right? And with that association of big, certainly for me, that means time investment, energy investment, lots of hard work, doing stuff I don't want to do, and it's going to take me a very, very long time to get there. That's what that association with big is, right? But when something's not big or little, I don't know if anyone ever calls their goals little. I've never experienced that with my clients. But it's just a little goal. This is a little something. Then it's nothing, right? Then you're like, I can manifest this in a heartbeat. Like, I booked an Airbnb, and then she's like, oh, afterwards she came in, and because I always put that I have a dog in there, right? Obviously it says traveling with pets, right? And she says, oh, there'll be an extra $50 cleaning fee, and I'm like, I didn't see that anywhere in the rules, man. Like, that's gonna fly with me. But I thought, oh well, fuck it. Like, I'm not gonna look for another accommodation. I'll pay it. But then I said to the universe, man, like, just get rid of it. I'm not interested. Like, I don't want to pay that. Not even 3 minutes later, she sent me a message saying, I'm sorry, that's against the rules. You've already paid for cleaning. Please scrap that. Just like that, right? Because $50 is nothing for me, right? If it was like $5,000 or $15,000, I would have had a bit more of an association with that. But for me, $50, whatever, right? And that's what happens. And when you label something, it's always a comparison game. Big, small, positive, negative, good, bad, ugly, pretty, I don't know, tall, short, whatever the labels are, right? It's always a comparison game, and it's always rooted in the past. And for me, my whole thing is I'm eternal optimist. Energizer Bunny, well spoken, all of those things. And then when I'm not those things, because I've associated stuff with it, I feel yuck. I have yucky feelings, as Michael Stringer says. Oh, you feel yucky inside. I feel yucky inside. It's either yuck or not yuck. And so the best thing to do to be present, to enjoy the unfolding of life, is to drop the labels. The best way to do that, get your phone out. Always got your phone with you. It's always in your hand. I know it is. If it's not in your hand, it's in your pocket or in your bra or somewhere. Open up a note section, write the heading labels, and just throughout the day, just write down the labels you notice yourself saying or thinking, right? Saying or thinking. And you'll be judging. We do, and just write down all those labels. Just write them down. And then stop stripping them out. Now, when I told you that story about the gym, my normal communication would be the people in the gym very kindly moved over the mat. But kindly is an opinion that's rooted in the past. When I say the people in the gym moved over their mats, that was rooted in the reality of what happened. And so often we need to be in the reality of the moment, not in the perception of the reality. That's what presence is. It's being in the reality of the moment, not in the perception that's rooted in the past. So when you start stripping away the labels, you'll start living in the present, in the reality that's there, and not in your perception of how you think it should be, right? Practice it. Get the labels down. Eliminate one at a time. Just one. Just one. If you notice you repeating a few all the time, just take that one and just cut it out. Just cut it out. As I always say, guys, I've said this in so many videos, it works all the time. Get a little elastic band around your wrist. I usually wear my hairband around my wrist. And then if you say something that you want to get rid of, you just flick it lightly. Yeah? Flick it lightly to just become aware of it, and then, and then you stop using it. Right? So that's pretty much how I help myself and my clients do that. It's an anchoring tool, right? That's all I've got to say about labels today. Alright guys, you enjoy your day. I was going to use a label. I had to think about that one. Enjoy your day. Please do these practices. I cannot commend them enough. The whole purpose of everything we're doing here is to be present, is to really learn to be present by unlearning everything that's stopping us from being present. So please do the practices, because that's really where the magic is. It's always in the present moment. All right, guys. Ciao.